everyone. It's been about a week since I did my last video, and we got our tax money this morning. Yay! So I'm going to be getting the smartphone fairly soon, and I should be able to do videos more frequently, and I'm going to have my brother hopefully show me how to use the editor so that I can put like several videos together and do them just a little bit more often and a little bit more like the vlog that everybody's used to seeing on YouTube. I can't do that because I don't know how to use the editor. I'll go to use the editor and put like the different pieces together, and then I go to apply it and it hasn't actually done what I set it up to do, and it's really frustrating and it takes forever. So what have I been up to? Underneath this scarf, I always dye my hair wild colors. Those of you who have been watching me for a very long time, you saw my hair when it was like pink and blue, and I think you guys saw my hair when it was blonde, and I think you guys saw my hair when it was red. I don't remember exactly. Right now, it's kind of like a faux hawk, if you guys know what that is, and it's purple on the top part. So let's see, day before yesterday, or maybe a few days before that, it's been a really busy week. I'm in the bathroom dyeing my hair, and this stuff is like deep eggplant purple. It's like almost black purple, really, really dark. And I didn't put gloves on. I never do. I wasn't paying attention. A big blob of the hair dye fell out of my hair and onto my nose right here. And because I am me, I didn't think about it. I took my hand and went to wipe it, wiped it over into my eye, all over my forehead, and all over my lip down here. So like the whole front of my face is bright purple. Not even close to being anything light or something that I can get off easily. It was bright purple. So I started scrubbing, trying to get it off. I alternated between baking soda and coconut oil. After scrubbing it 5 or 6 times, I got on the internet and I asked a couple of my friends on Facebook, what do I do? It's not coming off. They basically said to do the same thing I'd already been doing, only another friend of mine suggested using bentonite clay, which I did, and it worked so-so. It was kind of like the rest of it. I just had to keep scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing. I think I scrubbed the entire top layer of my face off right here, and it just stayed dark purple around my nose ring, obviously. And the rest of it came off. It kind of looked a little bit like a bruise or some weird rash. And then, of course, from all the scrubbing, it had like a burn there. So for about 2 or 3 days, I had like this layer of scarred skin, layer of, oh, my hands are really bad too. What's the name for that? Scabbed skin? That's going to sound so freaking terrible. It didn't really look that obvious. It just felt bad right there. But that peeled off, and it's all better. And safe to say that if anybody else dyes their face purple, it comes off after about 24 hours, at least mostly. Oh no, he's yelling. Shut up. That's bad. I'm sorry if you guys can hear that. They use terrible language sometimes. Okay, so I dyed my face purple. Oh, and it was awful too because I'm standing there looking at myself in the mirror, barely able to breathe because I'm laughing so hard at this dumb mistake that I've made. It was really horrible. I had to hold on to the sink to stand upright. I was laughing so hard. What else have we done? We have dug out the septic. I think I mentioned on another video, but I'm not absolutely sure. We've had our water backing up for ages now. It's been several months, and we just didn't have the funds to fix it. So we got the funds, and of course I dug a hole. I had to dig out the tank. I'm going to take you guys out there and show you, and then I'll explain what happened. So please ignore the mess and the dirty door and all that. There's my hole. The wheelbarrow's tipped over because the kids were out there playing with it. It's actually pretty deep over on the pipe side, and I don't know if you guys can see the pipe anymore. Yep, you can see it because the kids, they've been out here messing around in the hole. But we started digging it, and you see over there where we started digging out into the grass, started digging it, and I'm like, Mark, I'm not going to dig out the whole thing because they thought that the tank was over there. There's two tanks. There's the wet side, gross side, and then it goes into a dry tank or a dry well. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but there's two of them. So they thought it was out there in the yard under the grass because it's not supposed to be where people are driving. And so, sorry about that shot of the camera. So we're out there digging. I'm like, I bet you it is not under the grass. I bet you it's somewhere else. And he goes, where do you think it is? I said, I think it's under the driveway. And he said, there's no way. It's not supposed to be under their driveway. So we went back and forth for a little bit. And I finally said, we are doing all this digging out into the grass when I really don't think that that's where the tank is. Can we please just follow the pipe? He says, okay, you follow the pipe. I'm going to keep digging over here. So I start following the pipe. And I don't know, another 8 or 10 inches. Forrest, please stop using that word. Another 8 or 10 inches down the pipe. The pipe is not making the turn in the direction he thought it was. So he starts following the pipe with me. And we're digging, and it's getting closer and closer to the driveway. We got all the way over to the gravel, and it is under the driveway. So we have to bring in a backhoe to dig out the driveway and get out the other tank. There's something going on with it. We're maybe going to have to dig it up all the way and put in a new one. Hope that that's not what's wrong and that we don't have to do that because it's going to be exorbitantly expensive if that's the case. Hopefully it's just a break or a clog and we can fix it. But we will see. So I was so tired. So many so tired after digging out the tank. I came in, I was so sore too. I fell asleep, and I never do that. I never fall asleep. It was like very unusual for me. The dog's trying to get in. And I fell asleep. But feeling much better now. My muscles are not quite so sore. And I am very glad that I don't have to try and manually dig the tank out of the driveway. That would be horrific. Una is doing excellently with her pottying. She has hardly any mistakes, although she does have mistakes sometimes. Lavender's not getting much further on the rating, but we'll have to see what happens. I noticed a lot of people didn't like my last vlog, and I'm kind of curious exactly what was like pissing people off. I'm wondering if it's because Lavender chose to go to school for a season, or, you know, what's going on there. Because, you know, hopefully it's not me having to go back to work. Hopefully that's not, like, pissing people off, because, you know, I was eventually going to have to go back to work anyway. And hopefully I can do it so that I work opposite hours of Mark and he can watch the kids while I'm at work and vice versa. But I don't have much else to say today. Just the update on all of that that's been going on. This top I showed you guys in my last haul, and I hadn't tried it on. I just bought the size I thought I would be, and I made a mistake. Obviously, it's quite large. I'm going to keep wearing it anyway, but I probably needed a small instead of a large because the shoulders drop way off my shoulder point, and it's pretty boxy and big. But I'm going to wear it anyway. It doesn't really matter. And this sweater is absolutely gigantic. But I will go ahead and show you guys what I'm wearing today. And yeah, then the video will be over. Because I don't think I have much else to say today. Okay, so huge sweater. And take it off and show you the top. It's one of my favorite sweaters because it is so huge. But see, it's quite large and boxy. It's a lot larger than... And these are my old harem pants. Big baggy harem pants. I love harem pants. I'm wearing little moccasins on my feet, but I don't want to try and show you guys by falling over as I did last time. That was just so klutzy. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. I'm having a pretty good one here. It alternates between sun and rain and sun and rain. I suppose that's what it does in the spring. And I've got little buds, like seeds forming on the oak tree, which is fantastic. Won't be too much longer, and I'll have flowers coming out on my apricots. I'm going to show you guys that. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. everybody, if you guys could like see what I do in a day, someday I'll have to do that. I'll have to do like little clips of what I do throughout the day because it's really funny. I looked out the window because my chickens are out in the backyard today, and my rabbit was loose. One of the kids opened the top of the cage and let the rabbit out. So I'm out there running around in circles like a crazy woman, chasing after my big fat brown rabbit. Finally caught her. I didn't end up with too much damage. So I've got a small scratch right there. Not bad for big old brown rabbit. I didn't freak her out too badly. Got her put back in the cage, and she's like, darn, she didn't want to be put back in there. But the chances of her getting eaten by a dog or something are pretty high, so she has to stay in there. Eventually we will build them some kind of enclosure so that they can be out hopping around and have fun. And we're going to get goats fairly soon. I sometimes say that we have goats already, and I think I've confused people. We don't have the goats quite yet. We were planning on getting goats. I had goats for many, 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 many years when I was younger. And Mark had goats. So we're going to get, hopefully, 2 mini milkers. And we'll see how that goes. Because with the houses going in across the way, we're actually not supposed to have goats. We're grandfathered in to have them, but if somebody complains, we'd have to get rid of them. And that's going to really be awful if I get goats and then they make me get rid of them. So, you guys have a blessed day. Wonderful to talk at you. And we'll do it next week, maybe.